Last time on Meerkat Manor, Sophie was forced to fend for herself following her eviction from the Whiskers. Zoro well and truly made his mark on Nikita when his roving mission at the Commandos turned into a triumphant takeover. And his accomplice Kareem seized his own opportunity with Nikita's sister, Clinky. Seasonal change in the Kalahari signals the start of new life. Across the manor, all creatures great and small are preparing for parenthood. At the Whiskers, Rocket Dog is into her final days of pregnancy. It's the first time she's come this close to being a mother. Her previous pregnancies were all doomed to failure. This time, the stakes are even higher. As leader, it's her role to continue the family line. If she fails now, her dominance will be in doubt. Rocket Dog must hold out for just a few more days. A new general stands guard at the Commando's Burrow, watching over his recently procured troops. Rocket Dog's brother, Zoro, has made quite an impression since switching sides to become dominant male at his family's arch-enemy. He's been busy swiping his anal gland liberally around his new patch. And over his new subordinates. Finally, he's getting the kind of respect a dominant deserves. Going commando clearly suits Zoro. The other former Whiskers boys are taking life less seriously. But they shouldn't get too comfy. Life between enemy lines could soon turn nasty. Fearsome leader Nikita is back to throwing her weight around. Only now there's more of it. Nikita is also pregnant. This baby business is nothing new to Nikita. 12 pups in 1 year makes her the most successful mother on the manor. But when Nikita's hormones kick in, she will start to kick out. Any possibly pregnant female who could threaten her pup's survival. There are 10 potential evictees queuing up to plead for mercy. But Nikita is one mean mother-to-be. She tends to shoot first, ask questions later. Zoro is about to get his first glimpse of what life under Nikita is really like. On the other side of the manor, the Whiskers are on a quest for a new home. Rocket Dog needs a safe place to give birth, and fast. She's due any day now. Since Zoro's departure, her dependable brother Mitch has stepped up to be dominant male. Mitch is always alert to danger, and just as well. There may be trouble ahead. Mystery meerkats. Rocket Dog could really do without a fight, but letting the family down is not an option. When they get to the other side, the opposition have done a disappearing act. But hey, presto, a vacant burrow. A swift swipe of Whiskers' scent signals new ownership. Conscientious Mitch gets straight onto basic renovations. Adopted youngster Axel gives him a hand. Mitch saved Axel's life as a pup when his own family left him for dead. Axel could one day be dominant male himself, but for now, the loyal protégé is happy to get behind his protector. Rocket Dog checks out the local offerings. But this dusty larder turns out to be bare. She desperately needs to rest, but she also needs to eat. For the sake of her unborn pups, Rocket Dog is forced to march her family further in the stifling midday heat. Back on commando territory, there's plenty of food to go round. And Nikita isn't wasting any of it. She always piles on the grams to give her pups the best start in life. Large litters are Nikita's forte. Judging by her size, she could be eating for as many as 6 this time. She'll also need plenty of energy for the more imminent task of eliminating her competition. Littermate Clinky is odds-on favorite to be evicted. Her liaison with Whiskers' boy Kareem may mean she too is pregnant, and this makes her a deadly threat. Pregnant females can kill a dominant's pups to give their own a better chance of survival. Nikita's experienced this herself. She's eaten a predecessor's pups before. Clinky's attempts to curry favor with submissive grooming gestures may win her a stay of execution. But not for long. Nikita's ruthless style of prenatal care is legendary. Clinky recognizes the early warning signs. Her days with the commandos are almost certainly numbered. Across the dunes, Rocket Dog is facing her own clear and present danger. A martial eagle overhead is the last thing she needs in her condition. With no bolt holes to hand, the Whiskers are forced to hide under a bush. Rocket Dog can't afford any more setbacks in her burrow quest. Her last pregnancy ended in tragedy when she had to give birth above ground. Could the same thing be happening again? Pups won't wait, and it appears that Rocket Dog's contractions have already begun. Pinned down by the eagle, Rocket Dog has no choice but to hang on. Evening brings respite for the Whiskers. The eagle is gone, and Rocket Dog's contractions appear to have been a false alarm. Exhausted by the day's events, Rocket Dog can travel no further. A temporary refuge will have to do. Tomorrow the Whiskers will continue their search for the perfect birthing burrow. At the commandos, Zoro and Nikita are also settling down for the night. But one of their number is missing. From a distance, Clinky watches her group prepare for bed. Knowing she's in danger, she has foraged on the fringes, away from her sister's steely glare. Now she must decide if it's safe to head home. But by putting herself on the edge, Clinky has become an outsider and a potential threat to the whole group. Finally, the last commando retires for the night. Clinky takes her chance to come home. Being found down the burrow could have serious consequences. But the desert at night is no place for a lone female meerkat. The next morning, Clinky is first up. Last night, she avoided trouble by sleeping down an adjoining tunnel. But as the rest of the group emerges, she must face the music. She makes a last-ditch attempt to get on Nikita's good side, but she's wasting her time. Nikita doesn't have a good side, and she's had enough of her groveling. Nikita now has Clinky right where she wants her. Aided and abetted by daughter Serena, Nikita unleashes her eviction might. Clinky joins the legions of other evictees across the manor. Like them, her life now hangs in the balance. Nikita will take no more nonsense from Clinky or anyone else. And that includes Zoro. With Nikita on the warpath, no one is safe. The claws are out at the commandos. Ferocious Nikita has stepped up her eviction campaign. Eldest daughter Davina becomes the second target on Nikita's hit list. Davina joins Clinky in exile. Nikita is now 2 females down, but there are potentially 8 daughters still to go. Who will be next? Young Serena tries the sucking up tactic. Helping evict Aunt Clinky hasn't guaranteed her immunity. Nikita tolerates her submission, for now. Zoro watches as yet more females plead for leniency. But Nikita is in no mood for compromise. Annie turns out to be the next in the firing line. Zoro takes this opportunity to pledge allegiance to his new partner. He throws himself in commando style. Zoro makes his mark and joins Nikita in the attack. Annie becomes evictee number 3. And Zoro begins to look less like a Whisker and more like a commando. After a series of setbacks in finding a new burrow, the Whiskers have finally struck gold. Their resilience has paid off. This land of plenty is just what Rocket Dog needs. It's the perfect place to bring up pups. And what's more, there's a vacant burrow just ready to move into. Rocket Dog heads down to inspect her new nursery. The family will spend at least 3 weeks here after the pups are born. But it seems there's enough room for everyone. The burrow comes complete with its own dung beetle domestic staff. Cleaning up after the new residents will be an uphill battle. Mitch once again gets stuck into the DIY. Keeping the entrances clear is an important household task, and his little helper Axel is never far behind. Though not quite far enough this time. He soon tires of the chores, preferring to mess about with his brothers. Rocket Dog can relax at last. Her family is settled, and she has found the perfect burrow just in time. The next generation of Whiskers will soon be here. On the meaner side of the manor, yet more of Nikita's commandos have fallen. Her army of 20 is now down to 13. Unlucky for some. Nikita has evicted a third of her group. Only 3 females remain. Loyal Serena and youngest daughters, Samba and Kaylee. But Nikita hasn't finished yet. Serena's submissive efforts may have spared her so far, but loyalty means little to Nikita. Serena becomes number 8 on the hit parade. But Nikita may have overdone it this time. She'll need babysitters when her pups are born. Now, she is seriously short-staffed. And short-tempered, as Zoro soon discovers. Zoro takes it out on brother Miles. And anyone else who gets in his way. All animals might be equal, but some are clearly more equal than others. But the lack of childcare could soon bring him down a peg or two. Everyone will have to work extra shifts, and Zoro could find himself left holding Nikita's babies. At the Whiskers' new burrow, there's an air of expectancy. Mitch keeps a protective watch over the family as they bask in the sun. There's no sign of Rocket Dog. After 70 days of pregnancy, Rocket Dog has finally delivered on her role as dominant female. She is now the proud mother of 2 pups. The tiny new Whiskers are tucked away beneath ground in the care of a trusted babysitter. The Whiskers will work together to ensure they have the very best start in life. Rocket Dog has faced an uphill battle in her first year of leadership. Finally becoming a mother is her greatest achievement yet. Next time on Meerkat Manor, Sophie rekindles her romance with hapless hero Wilson, and Rocket Dog risks her life when an unwelcome visitor slithers into the babysitting burrow.